it's Katie Cannon here, founder of Gold Medal Coaching and host of the Gold Medal Coaching Show. Welcome, welcome. This is episode 4. And today it is all about 5 strategies to help you in your first year to success in business. Because if there's anything that I know from being in this industry over the last 12 years and helping so many people to success is, the road to success is not easy, but getting started is quite often the hardest part. Can you relate to that? Just getting moving, just knowing that you're in the right place, just knowing that you've made the right decision and stop questioning yourself. You know, that little voice that goes round and round and round. Should I do this? Should I not? Should I do it? Before you know it, another year, 2 years gone past. And, excuse me, and getting started strong in your first year in your business is so important for the longevity of your business. This episode is sponsored by my incredible brand new live mentorship with Gold Medal Coaching. It is the ultimate package for any health and fitness entrepreneur if you want to learn the skills to build an incredible, successful online business, gym, studio, and brand. So stay tuned, because below in the show notes and below in all the information below this episode, you will find lots of information on how to get information. It's launching January 6th, but we are doing some early bird offers and giving you the advantage to get started and get involved before then. So let's get started on what we want to talk about today. So first of all, if you're listening to this episode and you've started your business, congratulations. Starting a business, you've made the leap of faith, you've taken a chance, and you've thrown yourself into entrepreneurship. So really give yourself a pat on the back. Really say congratulations to yourself, because it's not easy. Making that decision, like I've just said, is quite often the hardest step. Getting out of your comfort zone. So to begin with, I want to get really clear with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat what it takes to be successful. I want to give you the real fundamental skills so that you can start and get clear from the word go. So many times people go and they say to me, "Oh, I'm so lucky, Katie. Oh, you've got your gyms, you've got your online business. Oh, you work everything around your family. You work everything around your children. Oh, you can take time off when you want to take time off. I'm so lucky." Oh, as much as I'm like, thank you so much. That's amazing. Thank you for your lovely feedback. I hate the word lucky. That person in front of you, it depends how much they know you, of course, but that person has not seen the late nights, has not seen the tears, has not seen the stresses, has not seen the ups and downs, has not seen me fail on my face over the last 12 years. So luck doesn't come into it. You create your own luck by creating the strategy and putting the steps in place to create your business. So starting your business is going to take an incredible strong mindset. It's going to take longevity. Building a business is not going to happen overnight. You've got to realize that what you do today is building the foundations for the next 5-10 years in your business. So you got to have that long-term vision. We want to build longevity into your business with that. Failure, please, from the word go, embrace failure. And I had a chat with my little girl, my little girl's teacher. She's 5, Amelie's 5. And it was like a parents' evening, but because of COVID, we're doing them on the phone. And she said she was full of positivity for Amelie. She's doing incredibly well at school, but there's one thing she said, and it's one thing we really see at home, is she doesn't like to fail. Like, so if she's doing her spellings or if she's doing like her letters, she makes a mistake, she gets in a stress about it, and then she goes into her little shell and goes, "Oh, it's no point." Well, she doesn't say it like that, but she sort of just chucks it aside and say, "Oh, I don't want to do it, Mum." And I see her just like, when I'm like, "Yes, Emily, you've got it. Yes, that's great." She's like wanting to do another one. But as soon as I say, "That's not quite right, let's do it this way," she goes the opposite way. And I want you to take that from a young child into adulthood and building a business. every time you fail, it's okay to be like upset about it, but you've got to move on quick, because otherwise that failure is going to constantly be there and you're not going to move forwards. I want you to embrace that entrepreneurship is a journey. It's not once I've achieved this, I'm all good. Once I've achieved this, I'm at the end of my destination. It's a journey to success. So I just want to be super clear from before you really get into your business, really, of what it's going to take. You're going to become a different person in a nice way, right? You're going to change, not because you need to change, but because you're going to need to learn skills to get to where you want to go, to get to somewhere different and to build something you haven't got. You're going to have to become a different person. You're going to have to build them skills. I look back at when I started my businesses 12 years ago. My goodness, I wasn't a mum then. I was single. There's so much change. I could do a whole episode just on the change in that 12 years. So my intention for this episode is to give you a roadmap to success. You know, your first year in business, you are going to feel overwhelmed and, you know, very much like you're drowning, you know, like a swan on the water, a beautiful swan. Woo, isn't it lovely? Look at me, I'm so beautiful. Look at my long neck. And then your legs are doing this below. That was what your first year of business, and quite frankly, your first couple of years in business are going to feel like that. I still feel like that because things change so quick. But it will not, your challenges won't be as big as you're growing through your business, because you'll be able to cope with them better because you've grown as a person. So I'm just going to take you through my first year in business to give you a little snippet. So I was 23, starting my gym business, big dreams, was really clear on what I wanted to achieve, just had no clue what to do. So my first year in business was running my gyms, as I said. The learning curve was steep. This was prior social media as well. So we're talking, what date? 2008, I opened my gym businesses. So I had no concept of cash flow. And to be honest, when I look back now, this scares the living daylights out of me, where I opened gyms. I think I had about 2 or 3 gyms at one point. I had no concept of cash flow. I thought the accountants were doing a great job. And they were, but I, the entrepreneur, needed to understand it. Again, not going to go into too much, whole nother episode, but I'm giving you the snippets. So my learning curve was steep. I had no concept of cash flow. The money was coming in, that's all I cared about, but I needed to learn the fundamentals behind the business. I had no clue on marketing. I was Katie the gymnast, Katie the personal trainer. That is what I knew. I was winging it. And when I look back now, I realize how much I winged it. And I winged it. I was Katie literally flying around, grabbing every opportunity I possibly can. And even though that is a real positive thing, because I always coach my clients that you don't want to be saying no to opportunities. But if the opportunities are not serving you and in the right direction, and stay tuned, because in a couple of episodes time, I'm going to do one on planning a successful 2021 and how to keep focused, but keep opportunity at your fingertips. Because you want to keep focused, but you want to still be open in case something pops up for you. But what I was in my first year of business, I ended up doing, I mean, I'll give you an example. You'll laugh your heads off because you'll be like, hey, what were you thinking? But I remember I was building my gyms. I was introduced to property. So I took a property course and I ended up wanting to build a letting agency. I think this was actually year 2. So at one point I had a bit of a letting agency that never really got off the ground. Why? Because my focus was everywhere and I had no concept of property. But I loved the idea of residual income. I loved the idea of building properties and building that, you know, and the property game. But it was too much too soon. I was trying to do everything within the first year of my business. So when I talk about opportunities, I mean, keep them within your main goal. What is your main goal within your first year of business? And how can that new opportunity that's presented itself to you help you achieve that goal? So that's what I mean about being open to opportunity. But, you know, apart from that, your learning curve was steep, no concept of marketing, cash flow, etc., was what I did have. And I truly believe this is what makes a very successful entrepreneur over time. I had passion. I had grit. I had amazing work ethic and hard work. And I still have that today. And I have found it hard when having children and family life in still having that motivation. I could work all day if you let me, because I love it. I absolutely love it. But that work ethic is what has absolutely got me to where I am. That grit, that passion, that, I don't have a clue what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it anyway. Figure it out as you're going along. Marie Forleo, everything is figure outable. So please, as you're listening to this, one thing I don't want you to do is, I don't know anything. Oh my gosh. I am going to stop not doing anything. I'm going to wait till I know what to do. Absolutely not, because that is not how you're going to grow your business. You grow as you're failing, as we said. You're growing as you're going along, making mistakes. And that is really what our live mentorship is all about. It's about giving you that roadmap to success. It's stripping out the overwhelm. It's telling you step by step with all our expertise, strategies, experience over the last 12 years on what to do to give you that step by step, so that you don't then end up in the same place in 3 to 5 years, still spinning plates thinking, I'm not quite sure on what to do. So my point for sharing all this with you is that you don't have to have it all figured out. Like I just said, just get going, just have that goal and get moving. So moving on, I'm just writing my notes here so I don't miss out anything for you. So one of the reasons why I wanted to create our programs like we did at Gold Medal Coaching. So we have a bronze, we have a silver, and we have a gold medal programs. And, very much bronze is obviously starting. Silver is marketing your business. It's very much someone who's been in the business about a year and is looking to get their business to the next level. And very much gold is all about franchising and scaling to a whole nother level, because you need that plan that's going to take you to build. I talk a lot about longevity, and longevity is so important to make sure you've got the skills to take you from where you are to also where you want to go in 10 years time as well. You want to go from a seeker to a creator. Now, a seeker is all about, in your first year of business, filling your time. Fill your time up. You don't be delegating everything out in your first business, in your first year. As much as I love delegation, gosh, love it so much, because it really, really helps you. But you want to, in your first year, learn your craft. Learn your craft. You want to know your business inside out, back to front, before you delegate out. Now, I'm not saying don't delegate out accountancies or anything like that, or bookkeeping, because that's not your strength. What I mean is, don't be getting a full-time receptionist. Don't be getting a full-time marketing team when literally you haven't got one client through the door. Okay? So get clear on your offer. It is not about offering 5 services, opening 5 gyms and trying to serve everyone. It's about just getting started. So as I said at the very beginning of this episode, I'm going to give you 5 strategies, tips to just get started and to be successful in your first year of business. So tip number 1 is defining your niche. Now, in a next episode, I do a whole episode on defining your niche and how to do it. But it's so important in the health and fitness world, because, the health and fitness world is vast. Holistic, nutrition, children's fitness, adult fitness, personal training, network marketing, products. Like, oh my gosh, that's just a handful. So what is your niche? So important. What do you stand for? Tip number 2, get clear on your offer. Brainstorm all your ideas. What are you passionate about? What lights you up? What do people say you're good at? Look at all your ideas and pick one. Now, why do I say pick one, not 2 or 3 or 4 or 5? Because your first year of business is all about being known for one thing. It's about being the expert. You don't want to be jack of all trades, master of none. And this caught me out many times. And lots of my clients get caught out by this, because they think, I'm so passionate about all these things, I'm going to put them all in. And I'm like, wait. Your focus is everywhere. And then you wonder why in 2 years' time, you haven't hit the main goal that you wanted to achieve, because your focus is in too many different places. So be known for one thing. Do not deliver and offer a poor service. You're best to offer one thing and offer a phenomenal service and completely over deliver. Okay. Tip 3, enroll at Entrepreneurship University. Don't worry, I'm not going to send you on a 3-year, 5-year course, master's degree, but you're going to be continually learning. You're going to be learning, the curve is steep. Like I said, my first year, the curve is always steep. I'm not going to lie, but it does get better because you're learning to deal with it better. That's the key thing. Remember, success comes out your comfort zone. So in your first year of business, and I see people quit because it gets too hard and they think they can't do it. That's your learning curve. That's the universe saying you're out your comfort zone on that skinny branch. Now you're learning. So pick one podcast, pick one mentor. It would be my best advice. The internet has so much, but also very overwhelming. So pick one person you're going to listen to. Listen to me all day long. I will breathe knowledge, breathe inspiration into you, but pick one mentor, one podcast, one episode a week you want to listen to. Follow one mentor and absorb everything that they say. Now, make sure the mentor is obviously within your niche that you're wanting to create, okay? I got involved in listening to a great marketing podcast, but the more I listened to it, the more I realized it just wasn't my ideal client. It was very much business to business marketing, where mine is not, it's to consumer. And I realized it wasn't, even though it was a great podcast, it wasn't for my business. So be really selective on that. Build your personal development into a routine as part of your business, okay? You need to do this, otherwise you won't grow. And if you go for, I want you to put in reading as if it is marketing your business. I want you to put in reading and listening and journaling and growing you as if it's like turning up for a client. Physically, you are there. It's an appointment in your diary. Be present, because without that, you can't grow. Tip number 4, know your numbers. Like I said at the beginning, I had no concept of cash flow at all, but get clear on some basic numbers to start with. So this goes nicely, very clear on what you're offering. What is your offer? Get clear on that from year 1. Have realistic but stretched goals at first. And the biggest obstacle I always see, myself included, your first year or 2 in your business, you don't know what to expect. So you pick these massive, gigantic goals, and then at the end of the year, if you haven't achieved them, you feel really down. Or you feel really like you haven't achieved anything that year because that one big goal didn't come true. So let's look at knowing your numbers. Let's say your goal is to get £3,000 a month. How many clients do you need to get to £3,000 a month? What do you need to replace your job income? Most of you might be listening to this if you are in a site, you're trying to build a side hustle, you've got a full-time job, you've got other commitments. What do you need to make your passion, your business, your full-time gig? It's all great having, I said, long-term vision, and I'm one big one for vision and 5-10-year goals, but it's super important in your first year of business to make it tangible and 100% achievable. You want small little milestones every bit of way along on your journey, being like a cheerleader for yourself. Tip number 5, marketing strategy. So you've got your niche, you're offering, some kind of your numbers. Now, how are you going to get clients to you? So marketing is a massive area, and one that we coach in depth in our silver gold medal coaching program. But when you're in your first year of biz, you just need to know a few basics to get your understanding going. You could create so much overwhelm, which then gets you nowhere. So choose max 2 is what I'd say. Now, you can have offers on social media. Building your confidence on social media, that is still a marketing strategy, because I'm still building my confidence on social media, and I've been in the game a while. I know big experts still building their confidence on social media. So you could make getting confident on social media and being consistent, big word, one thing doing it every other week, another thing doing it every day, and making it part of your strategy for 10 minutes a day. Getting confident on social media, making offers on social media, working with affiliates. Are you trying to build by working with affiliates to help you grow your brand? Facebook ads, Google ads, different kind of paid advertising online. Pick a couple of strategies, So let's say, for example, you're in your first year of business and you choose, I'm going to get really confident and consistent at building on social media. I'm then going to match that with making offers on social media, making offers in your stories, maybe reaching out, and you could bring affiliates into that as well. But please don't try. There's so much marketing you could do, from webinars to Facebook ads to social media to Google ads to retargeting. That's just 5. I could do about 20, 30. Please don't try and do everything, because you will get super, super overwhelmed. So I hope you found them useful. My top 5 strategies to help you build a super successful business. And the most important thing there is a consistent and confident business in your first year, because your first year is all about really growing you as the entrepreneur and building your confidence. So as I said at the beginning, this episode is sponsored by our brand new live mentorship at Gold Medal Coaching. So check out the show notes. I said all the information below this episode on how you can get more information on how you can get involved and really set yourself up strong for a fantastic 2021 within your business. So have an awesome day, and I will see you next week, where I'm talking all about really getting clear on that niche and really, really moving forward with that. So have an awesome day, and I will see you next week. Bye.